Yo, what is up? What is up? YouTube boxing family. It is K right here. I'm back at it with another good video today. And no, I am not talking about DBZ Tenkaichi 4 yet. I will be bringing that video out for you guys today. Or actually, no, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow or sometime in the future. Yeah, let's get right into it, man. We have a really exciting matchup between Jessie Magdaleno versus, Mr. Raymond Ford. And oh man, I am definitely excited for this fight. I think Jessie is in a really good position right now. Um, Not only because that this is a fight for him to easily get back into the rafters of world title contention, but where you see a fight like this coming to Raymond Ford, at the midpoint of his career where he could very well graduate to the veteran level. I would definitely say he's at the student level. He's still a student of the game type fighter, and I think he's getting away from the rookie stage, and now we're starting to see him at the higher level, and I think this is a very good test for Raymond Ford. Obviously Raymond Ford, he knocked out his last opponent, Sicario Lucas. Very good fight. I think Raymond Ford has been tested beautifully in his career, and this is literally what I respect out of Raymond Ford. Obviously, I don't think he's been given the upper echelon yet, but this opponent in Jessie Magdaleno is a great test, and I think Magdaleno he's not coming to lay down. He's really coming in to like beat Jess or to beat Raymond, and I think this is gonna be a very tough fight. I just don't know who's gonna win this fight. And I think when you look at the resumes, Jessie is way more accomplished than Raymond Ford. Obviously, he's known for becoming a world champion by winning his belt at bantamweight, and I believe he won a title at super bantamweight. So yeah, Jessie is a two division world champion actually. Actually, no. He's actually a one division world champion. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I got mixed up. I thought that was bantamweight, two bantamweight, but actually, no. He lost to Isaac Dalbe back in 2018, and, that was surprising that, he lost to him. And, Dogbe knocked him out. But, ever since then, he's been on an absolute, tear. And he's been tested really well. Like, Jessie, he's not your typical average, like, I'm just gonna get easy type of fighter. He's always stepped it up, and I think knowing that you did get a good win over Nonito Donaire, which that was a really tough fight of itself, but I think either way, like Jessie has shown that he's graduated to the high upper echelon veteran level, and I think now that he's at 126, he's really gonna make a lot of impact in the division, and I think a lot of people don't understand like how special of a fighter he is. I think when you look at this style, you have a really dangerous southpaw against another southpaw, and you know me, like southpaws run boxing, but this is another clear reason why southpaws, we don't normally fight each other unless it's actually going to happen. And then that's where people start to understand, like, okay, like, this is why southpaws don't fight each other a lot, because, they tend to actually beat each other out in a more competitive fight. But when it's a higher upper tier southpaw level, like, that's where southpaws are not able to be as successful, because once the rhythm gets into your punching, forte, and you're able to be successful off the trades, and then whoever wins with the gun, with the shootout to actually hurt the other fighter and knock them out or brutally destroy them, that's what makes southpaw matchups really difficult, to call. But I don't know who's gonna win this fight. I really don't know. I think Jessie Magdaleno is an absolute monster, and I think Raymond Ford, he's a monster too. Um, the problem that I have with this fight is that Raymond Ford, he's definitely a good fighter, and I understand that it's most likely going to be a fight where Jesse's going to have to work really hard to try to get this victory. Because I don't think the politics will benefit Jesse, but knowing that if this fight is going to be at a neutral environment, but yet the judging will be corrupted against Raymond Ford, then that's what I'm kind of concerned about. But I don't think we're going to have to really worry so much about that up until fight night. But I don't know. I think this is a really perfect fight where Raymond Ford, he's been wanting all the smoke, and Jesse, he answered the call. So I don't think this is a bad fight for either guy. Some people would try to discredit their both of their resumes to say like, oh well, Jesse hasn't fought anybody good, his entire career, blah blah blah, and he's only gotten victories against C level, B minus level opposition. So it's like, what makes him certified to be good? And it's like, you really can't discredit, his resume because he is a very good fighter. It's just that when he got tested, more in his career, I think there were certain points of his career where he wasn't performing as better. And I think Jesse has shown a lot more maturity in his career. And now here we are, fast forward into being 31 years old. I think Jesse understands that he has the skills and the ability to take out a lot of people. And I would probably say primarily at 126 because I'm not gonna try to gas up Jesse Magdaleno. I think he's way better than his brother Diego, most definitely. Because Diego, he was good for what he used to be, but as he got older, he got blasted, and he was just never really the same guy. So Diego is obviously the lesser experienced fighter with not a lot more experience compared to Jesse. Jesse, he has a really decorated amateur background. That's what I know out of him. And actually, when I used to watch a lot of the fighters from the early 2000s leading up to now, Jesse was a very well known amateur, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not gonna go into his amateur pedigree, but all I know is that Jesse Magdaleno, like, if he was able to move better in his career, where he wasn't going over to top rank and doing business with, I don't know, Golden Boy, right? I'm not too sure if he ever did Golden Boy, but I do know that the top rank days, like Jesse, he was being quote unquote hyped up, but he never really asked to be hyped up because it's like he's just been focusing so hard on his career to try to get a title, and the only way he was ever to do that was when he did beat what, Nonito or whoever he beat for the title, but still it just showed that Jesse, he's aged better into his skill set, and I think we're seeing that a lot better now in his career versus in the past. I think the younger Jesse Magdaleno, he had a lot more distractions outside of his career that made him more vulnerable to become more of a lesser fighter, experience wise, to not, reach to the highest pedigree of the skill set. So now with Raymond Ford, that's a different story because Raymond Ford, he's more of the typical, flashy young fighter. He definitely has a lot of, athleticism. Um, I wouldn't say punching power. He really hits that hard. He definitely has your Dennis Ugas type power. Raymond is not the type of dude to like let a fight go late game unless he has to go late game. But it's like he's just in it to just get a victory. He's not in it to make a fight boring or make a fight less, you know, less boring, or just trying to get into crazy firefights. Raymond Ford is a very, very good fighter. And I would say, if anything, he's definitely proven himself to be tested amazing at his stage of his career, where he's not focusing so much on losing, he's focusing more on winning with the best competition that he's able to find. And, as much as I don't like Matchroom and I don't like Eddie Hearn, I will give credit to Eddie Hearn or whoever is dealing with the matchmaking at Matchroom to be putting these good, sturdy, veteran style opponents in front of Raymond Ford. And the thing about Ray is that he's not turning away from the good competition. Like, I think, obviously when it's all said and done, I think, you're like, you'll start to see him age a lot better into the division. And obviously, he only got 13 fights, so it's like, I think Raymond Ford will very well, get out there, to become a good fighter. And I think he'll be able to do the things that people would expect him to do. So I think how this fight's going to play out from round one leading up to the end is that Raymond's going to try to have to outbox Jessie, because Jessie, he is obviously the slower fighter, and I think Jessie's the harder puncher out of the two. But what I would do if I'm Raymond is that I don't let Jessie get the pressure on me, because Raymond shows that he's vulnerable to pressure when he doesn't know how to deal with it yet, because he's obviously very inexperienced to not go deep waters yet. Jessie has been in deep waters before, and Jessie understands how to break opponents down with good, educated, pressure. So, the thing about Jessie is that whenever he pops out his jab, a lot of southpaws like to do that, because what southpaws like to do is that they're trying to look for that really good deadly shot. Because obviously, if you're gifted in power, like Gervonta Tank Davis or Errol Spence, you're not going to find the knockout. You're gonna let the natural shot come to you to actually hurt somebody and dominate them in a fight. So, with this type of style running in front of them, I think Raymond's going to be more counteractive with Jesse's, counterpunching, because Jesse is he's an amazing counterpuncher. He does not let opportunities go to waste. When he sees his opportunity to dominate an opponent off of counters, I would probably say with Raymond, he has the speed, he has the agility, he definitely has the hand speed. The hands are way faster than Jesse. But I think the biggest takeaway from this is going to be the reads. And I think Raymond Ford, he's gonna have the better reads against Jesse, and I think Jesse, he's gonna start getting frustrated with Raymond's ability to catch everything that Jesse's trying to do to him. And I think what will end up happening is that Jesse will start to throw a lot of haymakers at Raymond. And I think what Raymond's going to do is that he's going to counter Jesse with uppercuts. And when he sees a good shot, he's going to try to clip Jesse. And if Jesse's able to take the shot well and proceed with his ability to try to break Raymond down, I think Jesse could be able to, I think he's potentially able to drop Raymond Ford, if not stop him, if he's able to break Raymond Ford to the body and start crushing him with good overhand punches that Raymond doesn't see. And Jesse, he's able to do what he's supposed to do. He's obviously not known to really knock people out a lot, but whenever he does hurt somebody, he's able to initiate the proper pressure to make himself a bigger threat to win the fight easier. So I think honestly, when it comes down to it, Jessie, he is a great, phenomenal talent, but the problem that I have is just that when you have your veteran style abilities there, it's how are you going to convert that well in a late game situation? Because the problem that I have with both Jessie and Raymond is that their stamina, late game potential is definitely not the greatest. And I think both of them are gonna start going through a lot of adversity where their stamina is going to get to them, and they're not gonna be able to do the things that people expect them to do, and then the fight itself is going to turn into a very destructive battle. So I think Raymond should be able to get this fight by decision, but if not, I think Jessie, could definitely win by knockout. So, I'm not too sure if the fight itself would ever be competitive, in a decision. I think Raymond would be more successful in that department to utilize his jabs and punching ability better to score more points um, over Jessie, but only time will tell. Definitely for sure. But I think honestly, how everything is going to be, it's gonna be a chess match. But final thoughts would be I got Raymond Ford winning by decision, and if Jesse's able to hurt Raymond, he could definitely do it himself. So yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Shout out to the TWT LDBC. I'll see you guys. Bye.